I recently spent some time in Savannah, Georgia, USA, and took a tour of the Port of Savannah from the water. The Port of Savannah is consistently considered to be one of the top 5 busiest seaports in the United States. The port is run by the Georgia Ports Authority, and the port's main terminal is the Garden City Terminal, which you'll get to see very shortly. We just went under the Talmadge Memorial Bridge, which stands over the Savannah River, and interestingly, that bridge actually limits how tall ships can be, though there are talks of either raising or replacing the Talmadge Memorial Bridge. The Port of Savannah has a huge positive impact on Georgia's economy because the port supports close to 500,000 jobs statewide, either directly or indirectly. The port helped make Savannah a major commercial center, and the city's wealth in the 18th and 19th centuries was built on trade. Historically, Savannah exported cotton, rice, and indigo, and these made up the backbone of Georgia's colonial economy. A very interesting fact is that during the Civil War, Union troops under General Sherman captured Savannah and gave the city and its port to Lincoln as a Christmas gift in 1864. Right now, you are seeing lots of TEUs, or 20-foot equivalent units, and those are the standard measure for shipping containers. Well, the Port of Savannah handles millions of these. Nearly 75% of all U.S. consumers can be reached within a 2-day truck drive from Savannah, but even without trucks, the Port of Savannah is actually one of the few U.S. ports with on-terminal rail. Quite recently, the port added massive super post Panamax cranes, and each one can handle ships with up to 22 containers across. Cargo from the Port of Savannah goes to or comes from over 150 countries, so it is a global hub. The port is a major gateway for imports like furniture, electronics, and clothes, and exports like paper, chemicals, and food. With its fast vessel turnarounds and short dwell times, Savannah is considered the most efficient port on the East Coast. There's also zero labor union activity on the docks, unlike many other major ports. So this actually streamlines operations, but it is controversial in labor circles. I was very surprised to learn that not everyone working aboard these massive ships is free to step ashore. Some crew members, especially those from countries with restricted visa agreements, aren't granted permission to disembark while in port. For some, that could mean weeks or even months without setting foot on land. Despite being very efficient, shipping delays in Savannah can have a nationwide ripple effect. For example, a bottleneck here can stall supply chains across the US, especially in retail, manufacturing, and construction sectors. That said, vessel traffic is tightly controlled by the Savannah Pilots Association. Specialized local pilots board each incoming ship and take over navigation to safely guide it through the narrow, winding Savannah River. Unlike most major ports, Savannah operates as a single terminal model, allowing for tighter coordination, faster container movement, and reduced operational delays. The single terminal model is a major reason for the port's efficiency edge. Earlier, I mentioned that not everyone working aboard these ships is free to step ashore. Immigration restrictions mean that crew changeovers rarely happen in U.S. ports like Savannah. This means that some seafarers work their entire contracts without stepping on American soil, even if they dock here multiple times. Between the Garden City Terminal, which we are now leaving, and the Talmadge Memorial Bridge, you can find the International Paper Mill, which is often just called the Savannah Paper Mill. The Savannah International Paper Mill is known for producing container board and a range of industrial packaging products, which is interesting because a significant portion of the mill's output will likely end up back on those containers right down the river. As you can imagine, all of this is not just a local operation. It's a logistics powerhouse feeding the entire East Coast of the United States. Of course, what moves through Savannah doesn't stay in Savannah. It hits rail lines, highways, warehouses, and retail shelves across the country. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you were able to learn something new.